We're going to do gift wrapping today. A lot of people like to use these gift bags, and I do too, especially at birthdays and for quick gift giving and things like that. But when it comes to the holidays, if you're anything like me, I love a traditionally wrapped package. But a lot of people think it's hard. So I'm here today to show you how to wrap different packages. We're going to wrap some with tape. We're going to wrap packages without tape. And I'm going to show you how to wrap a classic bottle, whether it's champagne, sparkling grape juice, or even a nice bottle of olive oil. They can all be wrapped the same. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Pam. I'm going to bring you all up closer so we can get started. Okay, so the first one we're going to do, we're going to wrap this box with tape, okay? The first thing you want to make sure you have transparent tape, transparent tape. You don't want clear tape because once it's on the paper, it's really not clear. And you don't want a matte finish tape because that you can actually see. So make sure it doesn't matter the brand, just make sure it says transparent. That way you won't be able to see it once you get it on. So this is just a basic box, nothing fancy. The first thing you want to do is roll out your paper. And you see the lines that are on here? Not all paper has these lines. If it does, by all means, use them. But if not, if you want to make sure you have it absolutely perfectly straight, then you can easily use a ruler to guide it with, okay? We're not going to need that because I'm going to show you how to do it without it, okay? Now, when you have a box that's like this, you want to make sure that you have enough on this end so it'll go over the top. So I like to have it so it'll go about fourth way, like right there. That's where you want it to go, on both sides. If you don't have the lines, then you take this end of it and you just simply pull it over, okay? And once you pull it over, I'll show you how to crease it, but let me show you the lines first. If your paper has lines, then you just count the spaces. So you have it here, so you count the spaces just like this going to the edge. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. You count the same on the other side. And if it's not quite even, if you can see this, it's not quite even. This is you start with the next square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this would be the line that you cut on. Before we cut it, I'm going to show you, if you do not have lines on your paper, then you take this half, you just roll some out, bring this up, and eyeball it, okay? You say, oh, okay, it's about right here. You eyeball it. Then make sure your box is nice and straight. You take this side and bring it over. Once you bring it over, you fold, you have it where you want it, you fold it back. Fold it back like this, and then you crease it. See that? You crease it. You want to crease the paper all the way down. And that will be your guide for cutting, because as you can see, it is now creased. Now that's not exact, but we had 7 on this side, I believe it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And by eyeballing it, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can eyeball it just as well. Then you want to cut along that crease. In my case, I'm actually cutting along that dotted line. Once you have that, you want to bring your box and center it the best you can. Again, if you have the lines, count the lines. If not, you want to center it the best you can. And you bring one edge up and over the box, just like that. Pushing the box back towards you so it can get a tight, pushing the box back towards you so it can be tight fitting, okay? And at this point, bring the other side up. Straighten your paper out as you go along, okay? From here, you want to place a piece of tape right in the center of this line. And that's why you want the transparent tape, because now you can barely see it, okay? From here, we're going to start with this end. You want to press it down like this with your hands. Press it down and push it in, creasing the outsides, okay? It doesn't matter what the middle in here looks like. That's going to be covered. So crease it like that, push it in, and crease along that end. And do the same thing with the other side. Push it in and crease it along that edge, just like that. Then we want to take that. Remember, you don't care what this really looks like in there because now it's covered up. And now you bring it up, you flatten it, press it down with your hand. Bring it up, and now we can put our tape on. And you want to put one piece of tape right across here where you folded it up. Press the tape down good and repeat with the other side. Now your package is basically wrapped, but you say it doesn't have a bow. I need a bow. Just in case your store was out of bows, you couldn't find them, you forgot them or whatever, and you need a bow, we're going to handmade a bow right out of the same paper. You don't need any fancy ribbon or anything of that nature. So we grab our paper again. Now your bow can be as small or as large as you like it. I'm going to make my bow. Let's see, again, you can count or you can eyeball. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spaces over is where I'm going for. And you can make it as long as you want. That's pretty good for me. So it's pretty much cutting it into a rectangle. Okay. This is what we use for our bow. Again, eyeball it or count your spaces going lengthwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 14, so 7 would be the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is your middle row. So you don't want to cut where we're getting ready to cut. You want to fold it up that way and crease it, open it again, fold it, and crease it. So you'll have something that looks like that in the middle. You want that as your guide, just so that you just don't go too far with your cutting. Now we're going to cut along each one of these lines up to where we folded it on each side. Cut each line, just like that. Once you get everything cut, it should pretty much look like this. Now, you want to take your scissors and you need to hold it close to where you cut it at, just about finger width above that, and you're going to curl it. You're holding it like this so that as you curl, you don't tear it off. It doesn't take much to curl it. Don't put a lot of force into it and just pull it straight through like that. And it should curl up like that. You want to do each one of these like this, going in the same direction. Just pull it and it curl. You can curl some tighter, you can curl some looser. You're done curling it. It should look something like this, okay? Now, you want to take this and you want to take it and you want to weave it in back and forth. Starting here, go in and out until you have gathered all of it together, ending with it on the top. Then take this, push it together really tight, grab a piece of tape, and putting the tape in the middle where you did not cut, right across that top right there, put it wherever you want it on your box and tape it down. And then arrange it however you like to do it. Just push it in, move them around until they form the pretty bow you want. And if some are not as curled as you want, like I want this one a little bit more curlier, just recurl it, just like that. And there you have a pretty package with a pretty bow. Now we're going to move on to bottles. It doesn't matter if you are giving some apple cider, some champagne, olive oil. This could also be shampoo or anything that's in a bottle like this. It is the most hardest thing to wrap in wrapping paper. During the holidays, this is how I like to wrap mine. Grab some beautiful holiday socks, just like this, holiday socks. You want to take your bottle and you want to put it inside the sock. It doesn't matter the bottle. If you get these nice holiday socks like this, the thick ones, they will fit over any size bottle. Put it in there and stand her up, okay? Bringing it all the way up to the top. Then you want to take your other sock and wrap it around the top, putting the foot part into the top part, up close to the neck of your bottle, and stuff it in. Just like that, stuff it in. Make sure you pull that up, keep it up, nice and fluffy, and put this in. Lay it down a little bit easier. Just like that. And now you have a nice double gift, because they'll get their bottle of champagne or bubbly juice or olive oil, and they'll have a nice pair of cozy Christmas socks too. Now we are going to wrap this box in this paper, and we're not going to use any tape, okay? So spread your paper out, and I only have a little piece of paper left on this roll, so we'll just get rid of that. You pretty much want to cut the size of your box out double. So whatever size the box is, that's how much extra paper you want over here. And I typically like to eyeball mine. I'll put it in the center and bring it over some. I have on this one, because I do have the lines, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that way. And I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this way. So let's go ahead and cut this up this way for the fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can get rid of this extra paper. And I need 5 going up that way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to stop right here. Okay, once you've got your square cut out, put your box on it at an angle facing the corners in the middle, just like this, okay? Then you want to bring one side up, just like that, making it fit tightly if you can. Then bring your sides up, not the top. Here, let me sit my scissors there so they'll lay flat so you guys can see. Then you bring the sides in. You have to kind of tuck the sides in first so that they'll fold over properly. So you want to tuck it in like that. first. And then you can bring it up, just like that. And do the same thing for the other side. Down, in, and up. Making it as tight as possible, okay? And when you have a little piece, see this little extra piece hanging off right there? You can just snip that off. Just snip it off, just so it'll be nice and neat, okay? Now, you take this last part right here. Again, go in first. Down and in, trying to make it as even as possible. Crease it as you go, and then bring this part straight up, just like that, keeping it tight. You have to kind of hold it to keep it tight. And then what we're doing is we're tucking this in here. So you take it and you tuck it in just like that, pressing it down to make it secure. And the package is actually wrapped with no tape. Now, if you want to make sure it's secure and it's not going to pop or loose or anything like that, that's when you grab a nice piece of string and you put it on the top first, just like that. Trying to get it as even as possible again. Put it across the top, flip the package over, bring it up, one side, and twist. Twist it to the other side. Now to make sure it stays, twist it again. Then the same direction, almost creating a knot in the back, but it's not attached. Then flip it back over to the front. Bring one piece up under the existing string here. Stick it under there and pull it to the other side. Now bring this piece up under it, going in the opposite direction, and pull those together. Pull those together and twist. Twist again, okay? Then go ahead and tie it once and make your bow. Then you can fix your bow however you like on the package. Nicely wrapped and no tape needed. So now we have our bottles wrapped, all kinds of bottles wrapped. And yes, it sits up. And we have our wonderful packages, some with tape and some without. Easy peasy. Now, like I said in the beginning, a lot of people like to use the bags, but when you break it down, for the cost of the bag, you can buy a whole roll of wrapping paper, okay? And you can wrap 5 or 6 packages, depending on the size, with one roll. But that bag is probably gonna have one item, and if it's a bigger bag, it's going to cost more. But then you need tissue paper to put in the top, okay? So by the time you finish paying for that bag and that tissue paper, you could have bought a roll. You don't need to buy bows, okay? You don't need to buy tape, okay? And on this one, it's just creativity, all right? So I choose to have wrapped packages because I think it's fun to wrap them, and I also think it's fun to unwrap them, all right? Oh my goodness, if you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and spending time with me today. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Oh my goodness, help me reach 300,000 subscribers. I really would appreciate it. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for keep coming back and spending time with me. I really do enjoy each and every one of you, and for my channel members, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Okay, that's going to do it for today. Remember, you don't need tape, you don't need bows, and just get a little creative. I'm Pam, and this is my POV.